So, what is this company, Sunergy? And more importantly, why are you here? We are a brand new company that has the potential to increase the amount of energy harvested from solar arrays. That might seem like a really common promise from companies in this industry, but our method is anything but common. We sell a proprietary technology that reduces the installation costs and increases the efficiency of solar arrays. So, more importantly, why are you here? You're probably thinking, I hope he knows that I'm here to make some money. And that's fine, but I don't believe that. I believe that you're here to make some money and leave with a clean conscience. And that's really the attraction of our product. You have the opportunity to get in on the ground floor of a company that has the means to provide new heights of sustainability in supplying green energy. Yeah, you'll definitely make some money, but you'll also be on the front lines of the global movement towards sustainability. Now, before we get into the rest of the pitch, let me just describe the product this company sells. It's a very simple product based on a very complicated chemical mechanism. It's called Tracker, and it's a self-contained, self-powered unit that moves the solar panels in an array to optimize the amount of sunlight they can receive on every given day. We call it a bladder tracker just because it inflates like a bladder with the gases that are produced from sources other than the panels in the array. Now that you know what the product is, allow me to explain what problems it addresses. Right now, if you get a solar array installed, you generally want to include a tracking system. And that makes sense because tracking systems can increase the energy production of a solar array by a lot. And by a lot, I mean an increase of up to 40% in that array's yearly energy production. The downside to current systems is that they require a solid cement foundation with intricate machinery. The machinery and the installation are costly on the wallet, not to mention the maintenance. And the cement foundation poses a whole nother set of monetary and environmental costs. Now, the final and the most interesting downside is that these systems are just mechanical and provide no room for development beyond their ability to move the solar panels and capture more sunlight. So, if you buy these traditional systems, that's all you have. You just get a piece of machinery that uses energy from your array to rotate the panels. That's not the case with Sunergy's Tracker. Tracker is our system to reduce costs, meet the fundamental needs, and provide some technological flexibility. So, how does Tracker reduce costs? First of all, you don't need to install the cement foundation. It's also less expensive to produce than most tracking systems. Along with those two ways, you also don't need to leach energy from the panel to provide the energy to move the panel, like other traditional tracking systems do. So next question, how does Tracker meet the fundamental needs? Well, it reorients the solar panels to capture the optimal amount of sunlight all throughout the day. That in turn allows it to increase the energy output of the solar array. Like we said before, that can reach up to a 40% increase. Finally, what is it about this tech that is more flexible than a traditional tracking tech? This tracker could be powered by a variety of sources. It could have small wind turbines, a little bit of geothermal that it uses, or even if you had a stream nearby, it could be powered by hydroelectric. All it has to do is be able to produce a 7-volt output. Now, the bladder itself could also be used as a temporary storage compartment for usable gases. And the mechanism that inflates the bladder can be used to upcycle metals and produce a variety of other products. However, all of these are only realizable if Sunergy can break into the current tracking market. So, let's get into what that market looks like and how we're going to enter it. As of today, there are less than 30 major solar panel manufacturers in the United States. They provide solar panels to our nearly $15 billion target market. The solar panel tracking market has plenty of manufacturers that perform their own distribution. So Sunergy plans to establish close ties with those manufacturers so that the manufacturers will include Sunergy's tracker in their customer catalogs. Now, we definitely aren't the first company that thought of targeting solar panel manufacturers. And you're probably considering all of the other, more well-established options. So let's take a look at a few. So here's a few of the potential competitors that we would have to deal with. And we've looked into these tracking options. They provide the same potential increases in efficiency, but they're missing some of the key things that tracker can provide. I mean, yeah, they fulfill the fundamental role of a tracker, but they're more expensive, and they require the use of energy from their array. Basically, these trackers leach a portion of the energy that would otherwise be usable by the customer. So, we have a leg up on these competitors because we don't have to waste our solar energy. Another benefit of tracker is that we don't cost as much as these products. So, just on these bases alone, tracker wins out. That doesn't even account for the potential developments of the proprietary tech as we move forward. Now, let's just consider how we can approach this competition, and it all depends on strategy. Our strategy is to get public focus on the sustainability of our product by an extensive marketing campaign in the first year, and at first, the founders will be responsible for accessing and creating the relationships with the target manufacturers. Then, after the first year, we'll use the founders' sustainable ideals to hire like-minded and experienced sales personnel. And these sales personnel will be responsible for maintaining close ties with the manufacturers. The salespeople will get the manufacturers to position our product, Tracker, as part of their existing customer catalog. And the manufacturers get to offer a more affordable and less wasteful product, while the customers get to have an increase in the output of their solar array while remaining at the forefront of the sustainability movement. So, that's how we plan to do it, but what do we need to get started? We are asking for a total of $1.5 million for this project. Most of the costs are centered around the startup, the factory production, and the design of the product. And we do have to, cover some selling and marketing costs in the first year. Obviously, we need to maintain some inventory, but the entirety of the investment will basically be used up within that first year. And that's completely okay, because we should be able to break even by the end of the first year. And I know that sounds wild, but this is a booming market and customers are eager to get involved with the next wave of this green movement. So, in the end, what can you say about us? We offer a zero-waste option for capturing more solar energy. We are more affordable and offer the ability to stay on the cutting edge of the global movement towards sustainability.